You are now listening to Fighting for Your Life podcast. I am your host, Miguel Ramirez. And on this week's episode, we have one of Streetbeefs West Coast most exciting and up-and-coming fighters, Darius, Humble Beast, Ryan.
Humble Beast.
Welcome to the show, man. Thanks for doing it.
Thanks for having me, man. This is really cool to be on.
Yeah.
As you know, I don't ever do podcasts. Cool.
You were telling me podcast number 2. So
podcast number 2.
Little by little, you get in the swing of things.
Humble Beast in the house.
Yeah, dude, I'm happy to have you on the show, man. I've seen a few of your fights and live in the Streetbeefs West Coast backyards, and dude, ever since like the first day that I met you and ran into you, you're somebody that like the passion for fighting comes through. And we'll definitely get into all of that stuff. Before we do all that, make sure you guys make sure you guys comment, subscribe, do all of that stuff. It's funny because like I never say to do that because it's one of those things like you kind of just automatically assume everybody knows, like, comment, subscribe, share. It all helps out. But when it comes to doing these things, when you tell people, it does actually make a difference. So if you haven't done it, if you've been listening, and you can, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share it, let people know that it's out there. Share your favorite episode with them, let them know that the podcast is out there. It definitely helps out. And also for Humble Beast, where can people find you? Where can people follow you?
Yes, guys, so please subscribe, man. This podcast is amazing. I can be found on Instagram. I just changed it to Humble Beast Stories. And on my Facebook, you can see me as Darius Ryan, the Humble Beast.
There you go. So Facebook, Instagram. And then, you can follow him there. And then whatever he's got going on in the future, you can check it out. But yeah, man, like I said, since the beginning, when I ran into you in the backyards there, like, yeah, just being around you, you can tell like fighting, you have this passion. It just kind of comes through. I mean, you can see it with the smile on your face. Whenever you're talking about fighting or any of that stuff, you can't be more excited. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, like I wanted to get into it with you and see like where does that come from? Where did this passion for fighting come from? Like as a kid, were you like scrapping with your friends? Was it like from watching cartoons? Like what was it? What is it that got you into fighting? Were you into it as a kid?
Oh, I was definitely into it.
Yeah. What was it that you were into as a kid?
So I was definitely into WWE. I loved me some WWE back then. I used to think straight up, The Undertaker.
Yeah.
I literally saw him one time. They said that he died.
Yeah.
And he's in the coffin. And then he came up. I said, wait a minute.
He came back from the dead?
He came back from the I was telling everybody, I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
I love me some fighting. And then when I joined wrestling, I thought it was WWE.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then they showed me all the rules and stuff. And then the first day, actually, my coach just said, this is not WWE. And I said,
You're like, damn, I signed up for the wrong class.
Yep. And we have a rule. Hey, once I start it, you got to finish it. I'm like, shit. Yeah. And I just loved it.
So what was that like? Because obviously WWE and wrestling in school is like different. What was like going through your mind? Like when did you think you were signing up for like WWE wrestling?
Oh, straight up. The moment they said middle school, we have wrestling. I said, oh, fuck it. Here's my
off
name.
The top ropes.
I'm going to go off the top rope.
Paint my face.
Exactly.
I'm ready, hitting people with chairs. Where's the folding chairs that you walk into wrestling class?
I told him, I said I was gonna throw everybody.
Where's the ladders at? So like what was your thoughts? Like once you start getting into this wrestling class and it's like I imagine it's like, holy shit, this is different than what I thought. What were you thinking?
So what I can remember is what was the big comparisons. Like I saw all the comparisons, but okay, that's what they do. And then I've never been a fan of the talking. I've always been a fan of the fighting,
the action.
So that's what really resonated with me. It's like, okay, good. We ain't just talking. We here, hold my leg and try to take me down. So, what I remember most about the first years of my wrestling is King of the Mat.
Okay.
And that was my taste of like competition of who's going to be us in the room.
Yeah.
And then we ain't got to know. It's like, okay, it's you and you and you.
Okay.
And it was me and my boy, Jesse. Oh my God, Jesse, I miss you and I love you, my brother. I love you, man. And, I just fell in love with it just from being good. We're out, not to sound cocky, but I was undefeated.
Yeah.
So I haven't tasted defeat. And then, so I just loved it, of course, and never lose. And then once I did taste defeat, I started to hate it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to be seen. And then after I got over that hump, and it's like, I really don't really care. And then boom, I started winning again.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that.
So when did that start for you? When did you first start wrestling?
It was in middle school, so that's 2012.
Okay.
2012, so I'm like, nah, not even. I graduated in 14.
So
it's like 2008.
Carry the 4. Yeah, no, I'm just
Yeah, you carry the 4. You never lie.
No, that's me. You put me with numbers on the spot. It's like, yeah, my eyes glaze over. It's like, nah, give me a calculator. But okay, so since middle school, and yeah, so when you first got beat, what did that like? What I'm guessing it wasn't too long after when you start wrestling or whatever. What did that do for you?
It really just made me feel like human. It's like, okay, first time I couldn't out muscle anybody.
Okay,
I think it was in high school. It was like where I first started to like get the taste of losing.
Okay,
and I'm like, okay,
when it starts getting a little more serious.
Yeah, got a lot more technical.
Yeah,
and I was still heavyweight, so we were less technical. But you know, the big boys, when they got it, something that works, they can keep doing that.
Yeah, I was just listening to a wrestler. It was one of the big college wrestlers. Damn, I can't remember his name, but he was saying something about like the different weight classes. Wrestling is different. Like when you wrestle like the big boys, the heavyweights, like it's wrestling, but it is a lot more muscling and it's not as technical as some of the smaller guys and the fast pace and all that. But I mean, wrestling still is just insane. But
especially with the heavyweights, the half of the fight is in the head. The moment you can break them in the head first, that's when you win against the heavyweight. Yeah,
okay.
Because that's when it's like, we're here thinking, okay, we're both the big boys.
Yeah.
So like,
so did you wrestle all through high school?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All through high school and a little bit on the summer college.
Okay.
So it was like a sun-kissed program.
Okay. Okay.
So that was cool.
Nice. So wrestling in middle school and high school. Did you do any other martial arts or anything growing up?
No, I always wanted to.
Any fighting? Did you watch fighting growing up?
In middle school, I had my very first fight with Charlie Haas, man. You seen my thing?
Shout out to
my boy, man. So he's pretty cool because we had a great story. It was us playing tackle football, which we called 2 and free. So anybody that remembers that, we got that shout out. Free, that means, oh, that's a game on.
Yeah, okay.
2, that's 2-hand touch. Okay. So
so free is tackle.
Free is tackle.
Okay.
So on the free plays, we'd be hitting.
Yeah.
And you know me, I would like to hit people.
Yeah.
So when we're hitting each other, when we players get up, it's high, it's Arizona, we scrappy.
Yeah.
So boom, it happened. I had a big ass egg on my face.
Yeah.
Like, if I could pull my skin up,
it hit that spot. Yeah.
Oh, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I was so freaking proud of it. The teachers, they're like, hey, what happened? I'm like, nothing happened. They're like, no, we're gonna know. People are gonna say. Yeah, we ended up getting suspended and whatnot. But I remember walking to that Circle K that was down there in my school, just proud as fuck.
Yeah.
And then even I remember now.
So it was because of the tackle football, you guys got into a fight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tackled him really hard. He didn't like it.
Okay.
And then I remember just saying, yo, we're having fun, blah, blah, blah. I get a little amped up too. I'm like, don't be a bitch and shit like that. Yeah. And then I just remember getting hit right across the face. Bam. And I just feel my chin go ding, ding. Just right back into place.
Oh, shit.
Like if I never even moved. And I'm like, game on. And then boom, we go at it. I remember us getting in a clinch. This is my first fight. I remember everything. We got in the clinch.
Yeah.
And I started to laugh because he was throwing knees. He was just picking up his knees and putting it down.
Yeah.
Picking it up, putting it down. And in my head, I'm like, this is cute as hell. The moment he picked up his knee again, I done took that leg, brought him to the ground. And on the field, there was those little pricklies.
Yeah. They get stuck in your shirt and all that. Yep.
So they're all over us. We're just scraping and crawling around. And I finally get on top. Bink. Sorry, Charlie. Bink, 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 bink.
Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you say you won that fight. Hey, we can run that back.
We're going to do it in Streetbeefs.
We can do that in Streetbeefs, dog.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Last thing, when I was walking down that street going to Circle K, there was a car. And then someone that was there watching the fight stuck their head out the window and said, yo, dude, that shit was dope.
That's crazy.
And I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude.
That's like perfect timing.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
It's always been.
Yeah. So as a kid, were you into like any boxing, MMA, or any of that?
I was into it. Never gotten into it, but I was always watching and talking about it.
You were a fan of it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So did you watch UFC and all that stuff back in the day? Are you into it now?
Oh, yeah. My favorite fighter, Nick Diaz, I would watch him on YouTube and Korean Zombie.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's awesome. What are some of your favorite fighters? Do you watch boxing too?
I don't. I really do
Okay.
wish I'd watch more boxing. My dad's really into the boxing.
Before we get out of here, I just thought of one, like a clip of these two dudes. I'll show it to you, like some boxing stuff. Like you just got to watch a few things. I mean, it's kind of like everything. There's some fights that you're just like, I don't know. But I mean, there's just incredible fights.
They
yeah,
are.
for sure.
Especially when the thinner guys with their,
Yeah.
it is crazy.
The way they move.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's insane.
Straight lines, for real.
Yeah, for sure. So, so you go to school, you do some wrestling, you're watching fighting. I know you had mentioned in the MMA Underground podcast that like your family's like scrappy, like your family fights, and it kind of like it's just part of your background. So like where does that fighting background come from? Like tell me about your family and that scrappiness that you guys have.
Yeah, I mean when we just get loose, when we're just free and we can just say what we want, be goofy, be foolish, you know, we'll just say some crazy shit.
Yeah,
you know, and half of it be serious. You know,
that's how jokes go.
Yeah,
right?
For real.
It's like I don't think he's playing.
And my family, we just OGs like that. We always kept it real. We always noticed the difference between us and others. And it's like, okay, like as far as this and that. And then I mean, I've always been that kid that's just on the edge of going crazy type.
Yeah.
Because going back to that Charlie Haas thing, I remember his mama. When we were in the principal's office, she looked over at me. She's like, oh my God, just like this. I remember I had blood in between my knuckles.
Yeah.
This is how crazy I am. This is just to give you a good glimpse.
You're licking your fingers in the principal's office?
Right in front of her. Let me see your blood.
I'll beat your son's ass
I'll do
again.
it again.
In middle school?
In middle school.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
This is just flashbacks. Oh, yeah, man. This is just us, man. My little brother, my mama, my dad. We're never the bitches in the house, and tell you what.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I don't care down to scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, man, I was gonna ask you because I was listening to or watching back some of your fights, and I actually make sure you guys check out the YouTube channel, check out the Instagram, because I have a bunch of fights from some of the previous Streetbeefs West Coast events that I haven't put out that I gotta go back and I gotta start putting some of them out because I'm standing there and I got some good shots of it, and I have all three of your fights that I'll be putting out. But there's some the one with Young and Lavish kind of comes to mind. Bro, that was a fucking scrap.
Yes.
Make sure you guys go check out Humble Beast versus Young and Lavish on the Streetbeefs West Coast channel.
That is where that's where I finally loved boxing. I was like, whoa, this is what we're talking about. Because I never done it. And I was like, oh, this is what it is. Thank you, YNL.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Dude, and there's times in that fight where talking about like different fighters and different personalities and stuff like that. I don't know if you've ever heard of GSP talking about like his mentality before a fight. Like he doesn't really enjoy the fight. He's like nervous and, you know, he's anxious. He's not somebody that is like really into it. And I kind of relate to some of the stuff he's saying. Like I feel that way before the fights and stuff like that. For you, like you look at your face while you're in there. And you got, like, right now, you got this fucking big-ass smile on your face. Yes. And I'm like, dude, what is going through his fucking mind right now? Like, when you got gloves on, you might get punched in the face. You might punch them in the face. Like, what is the big smile? What is going through your head?
The fact that the punch is coming. It's like, I'm the type that wants to get hit in the face. Like, I want to feel that.
You want to feel it.
Because especially for not feeling it for a long time, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Come on. Let me get it checked here and put a reason behind it in my own head. It's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Now, I love me some fighting because it's just a mutual combat. If I hit you, I have a mutual understanding that I'm willing to get hit back. Yeah. And I'm going to punch you as hard as I can. So I'm willing.
Hopefully they do the same.
Yeah. Exactly. So
yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, man. There's just it's just something different. It's just something different about that mentality of going in there, of being willing to just trade punches with somebody. You were talking about in the MMA Underground podcast. Make sure you guys check that one out too. Yeah. With Humble Beast. That one was a good one. I mean, they have a bunch of great episodes. But you were saying on there that there's something about like, because your background is wrestling, and then you were talking about doing boxing with Young and Lavish and how it's almost like almost like practice because you got these big gloves and you can take some punches. And what is the difference that you find between MMA and doing boxing? Like your matches that you've had in MMA and with boxing with Young and Lavish.
It's just strategy. As a big example of like a strategy in boxing is like Mayweather of trying not to get hit and like moving around.
Yeah, okay.
As a person that was watching him growing up, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
That's running away. That's looking, why are you even there? We're here to fight, right?
Right.
But now understanding is like, okay. But yeah, I've always been the type of, nah, man, don't get him in closer.
Yeah.
I honestly forgot the question. I'm so sorry.
No, I was saying between you and like the difference between MMA and boxing.
Yes. Yeah. So I would just see that as the difference. As in MMA, it's work what works. You know? And
okay.
Then, and if it or find out what they can't overcome, and then let's do that.
Okay.
But with boxing, yeah, you could do that, but we are limited.
Right. There's only so much you can do.
Exactly. And I just love me some wrestling. I like to change it up.
Yeah. So being that you have like actual training in wrestling, have you done any striking training at all?
Just recently, yes.
Okay. So in the past, like for any of your previous fights, did you do any striking training?
Mainly just heavy bag. Just look up on YouTube some combos.
And just you and the heavy bag, and that's it.
Yeah, and then after that, after you find what combos you feel that works for you and what feel that doesn't work for you, you just work on what does feel right.
Right.
And you just perfect that.
But not like sparring and somebody throwing punches back at you with a trainer and mitts and all of that stuff.
That's the one thing I've never had was somebody to be, because all my friends, we cool, but it's like I never got that close to my friends to where you can just start throwing. Yeah. They talk about it. I mean, back in the day with the bodies.
Yeah.
But I guess I was always busy and was never around.
Yeah.
So I never had that. I
Bro,
wish I did.
That's crazy because, like some of your, like the fights that I've watched, and especially the one with Young and Lavish, I mean, that was a straight up boxing match. And I mean, you were throwing down in there just, off of instinct. You got a lot of really good fighting instincts,
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty cool. And also the one with Dinks, that one, you could see the like your wrestling instincts in that fight, because there was a point where you sprawl and then you're on his back and then he goes to make a move and you kind of go around to the back, like you just stay on top, and you can kind of really see like that wrestling background coming through in that fight.
Oh yeah, Dinks, shout out to Dinks. He done forced that out of me. The moment I just remember it too. While it was happening, my brain and I were just like, oh shit, look at this.
Yeah. So how did you end up getting involved with Streetbeefs and all that? Like, how did that happen?
Oh, dude, I've been watching Streetbeefs for a long time. It's like, I can't put a year on it, but I've been watching them, so let's say 2008.
Just on YouTube, you came across them, yeah?
Came across them, just looked it up. At first, it was felony fights.
Okay.
And then those are brutal.
I remember that.
You remember felony fights?
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a real viral one. Oh boy, oh my God.
Was that like back in the East Coast in Virginia with the OG Streetbeefs guys?
I think so, yeah.
Was it? Okay.
That was definitely, makeshift. Just, throwing it together. And then then the OG yard came out. I still remember the same intro. It's like, Streetbeefs. It's like, for safe browsing.
Oh yeah, check the VPN or whatever.
Yeah, check the VPN.
Yeah.
I would remember that shit. The Streetbeefs. I do that all the time. For years I've been watching them, and then there was a chance where I was able to say, "Fuck it, I want to do this shit," because they had an announcement that they're gonna come to Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, for the first time they're gonna come do a little thing in Vegas, a little makeshift little thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta get to that. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's close enough. And, I told the podcast before about that was my number one regret. I ended up turning around and not going.
What was that? Yeah, I remember on MMA Underground you were mentioning that. So you were on your way to one of the Streetbeefs events in Vegas, and you ended up turning around and coming back. Like, what happened?
Yeah, so I was on my phone,
just
on Facebook trying to get updates. And, while driving, we're going down the road, and I got everything hooked up, ready to go. But it's just the destination. It's like, where are we going?
Yeah.
Like, I think we've been to Vegas once because I lived there for like 9 months. But I was like, where are we going? All I know is North Side.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm getting updates. And then I hear an update. This is my memory saying, oh, hey, we haven't found location yet. We might just get together and do like a little sparring thing.
Yeah.
And I remember even writing back on the comment, like, damn, man, I'm not really trying to
Spar,
go
you
over
want
there
to
and
fight?
spar. I would love to get in a fight and go in.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even knowing what a spar is, to be honest.
Really?
So
Yeah.
I was embarrassed not even know what a spar was. I'm like, oh, that's the same thing.
Yeah, we could throw gloves. Yeah.
And then, I just said, like, just out of frustration, like, all right, man, I don't got a location. We're thinking about just playing around. Man, let's go home.
Yeah.
I got a day off of work. I'm finna chill.
Yeah. So you came back.
Came back and then
Well, dude, good thing you showed up to the next one.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
could not let that. In Mesa, there's
Yeah.
no excuse.
Yeah.
No excuse.
Yeah, so you ended up finding the Streetbeefs West Coast out here, and then there's been history ever since.
Oh, history ever since.
Yeah. So what is the future? What is your training looking like now?
Now I finally got a little schedule to where on Sundays,
Okay.
I try to do Kingdom Boxing
Okay.
with some of the boys like Flo Dub
Okay.
and some others that show up. And that was what? Sunday. So for Monday, we got wrestling with my coach Health and Dinks. And
Okay,
hopefully
nice,
one
nice.
day with Scorpio when we get together.
Yep.
And then on Monday, I got now we're on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I have a 101 with my coach Bill.
Okay.
Coach Bill, he's a cool dude. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy who's like
Okay.
runner-up in his little championships back in the day.
Nice,
And
nice.
yeah, he's knowledgeable. So him and I, we just bonded over just by talking about one time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we got to get together. And,
Nice.
and then shout outs to my Bill, man. I love you so much.
Dude, that's awesome.
And then that's what I got. I got 3 days in a row, and then my running days. Get my runs in. I want to make sure I outlast everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that in some of your fights. Your cardio could be something that could be a problem for some people, especially like you keep building it up and working on it. I know on the last MMA Underground podcast, you were talking about that you wanted to get to a point where you're running 10 miles.
Yes.
And I saw something on Facebook recently that
That is right.
you did 10 miles on the treadmill.
I did 10 miles 2 days ago. Got
Dude,
that
that's
shit
awesome,
going.
man.
I got
Congrats.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, nah, this is the day. It's the day.
So how is it like when you decide that you want to do something? You know, because it's like you said it on that podcast and then 2 days ago you did it. You know? So like when you decide, like how does your mind work when it comes to like making decisions like that?
Making it realistic. Trying to make
Yeah.
it realistic. And
Like sometimes you get like a crazy idea or like I think I'm going to do this. Like what is that thought process for you?
it's kind of just like a feeling, really. It's
Yeah.
more of just like me telling myself, you're going to do this.
Yeah.
You know, just because I'm tired of waiting, especially with this fighting. I'm tired of waiting for you, Darius. I'm forcing you to do this,
Yeah, yeah.
especially with my coworker doing it. He just actually got done with this fight today at Apex Fight Night 6.
Oh,
he did
nice.
so good.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
round head kick.
Damn.
He did so, bam. I'm like,
Damn, congrats, man.
congrats, Jerome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then basically, no excuses. When I come to making a goal for myself, it's
Yeah.
more just me telling myself, you're going to do it. By the end of the year, I'm going to be at 202 pounds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Just like last year, I was at 296
yeah.
the year and a half ago, something
Damn.
like that. And I said, yo, we're losing weight. I'm most likely going to be at 245 by the end of the year. Give myself a realistic goal.
Yeah.
And by the end of the year, I had to work for it. Like, oh, let's get these last little pounds off.
Okay.
And then boom, made it happen.
Nice.
And
So-
it's been just, psh.
So what are you at right now?
Right now it's 230 solid.
230. Nice.
Full belly, fully clothed with some phone, everything in the pocket. 230.
230. So you want to be around 202. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. You know, that's I was talking to my brother about something like that. Like actually it was about this podcast. Like this podcast in September, it'll be 2 years that it's been out.
Oh, nice.
And you know, it had been a thought for a long time. You know, it's always like I had the podcast that I did with my wife, and we did that for years. And then like I've always done, you know, jiu-jitsu. I've watched fighting, watched boxing. So it's always kind of been a thing, been an idea. And then at some point I was just like, my birthday's in September. That's it. Like my birthday is the release date of episode 1, you know? And it was just like, I mean, it might've been like 3 or 4 months earlier, but I'm just like, all right, I just got to make that decision. Make the decision that this is the day that it comes out, and the rest is history. I'll have to figure it out now from here. You know, because if you sit there and you're kind of thinking, maybe I do this. Oh, and I got to do that first. You're just never going to like get started. Like if you're just like, this is it, this is when it's starting, and commit to something.
Make it happen.
You just start working towards it. You know what I mean? It seems like that's kind of like how some of your your thought process goes.
That's exactly
You know?
right. The quote is make it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah, make it fit, make it happen, whatever. Just
Yeah.
get it done.
Yeah. So what are some of your future goals? Like, what is it that you want to do with fighting, with Street Beefs?
Oh, dude,
What do you want to do with this?
With Street Beefs, I want their belt. I want to
You
hold
want
a
the
belt.
belt,
At
the
least one
championship
time.
belt.
I
Yeah.
want that belt. Just because I know I can get it.
Yeah.
I know I
Yeah.
can. And if I could just hold that, that would just make me feel so good. Especially just because I'm telling myself, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
I
wanna
can see
get
that.
it.
I can see that happening for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then basically, I just want to keep going off of it because I know I'm going to be losing weight soon, so I won't be heavyweight anymore. I won't be light heavy. I can still do light heavyweight. But I would love to do a middleweight too, and those guys can scrap.
Yeah.
That guy, Weapon M, I think he's middleweight.
Weapon M. Okay.
He can fucking scrap. I love that dude.
Yeah,
Him
yeah.
and I, we will stand right there.
Yeah.
Tie our legs together. We're right here. We'll
Yeah.
just, whoa,
Just start throwing down.
just throw down.
Yeah. Yeah. No, dude, that would be awesome. Yeah, man. And yeah. So like, what is there anybody that you have your sights on that you? I mean, besides Weapon N right now, somebody are you fighting at the next one? Because the next one's next month.
Yeah, next month. The next one I'm going to be doing is in August, the
Okay.
anniversary one.
Okay, so I think is that the 5 year?
Yes,
5
at
or
least
10
5.
year? Yeah. Of Street Beefs West Coast up in Vegas. Then that's in August, and then July we have one here, and then August in Vegas. But yeah, make sure you guys check out the videos. There's the one of you and Panzer. The last one, I think that one just came out on YouTube.
Did just now? Oh shit!
Yeah, I think that one came out recently.
Yeah, I'm ready for that one because I don't even know what happened when I got hit. It's like a small little gap because I know it's a short, but it's like a small little gap. I want to know what happened.
Yeah, that one was a good one. There was something I think you kind of cracked him with a shot, and then he returned something back that hit you, and then you guys ended up towards the fence, and you just started hitting him with some, you had him from behind and just started hitting him. But that was a quick one, but that was a good fight too.
It was a great. There was so tough.
There was some great scraps in that one, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so a little tough dude.
In the MMA underground, you were saying like something unexpected that happened, like since you started fighting with Street Beefs and everything, was that it kind of brought people together.
Yes.
Like I wanted you to kind of like share a little bit about that. Like how has fighting brought people together?
Yes, like just from that one example I told you about Bill, it's like the moment I even mentioned it, it was just like I learned the whole background on a coworker manager that I didn't know about, and I always noticed the cauliflower ear.
Okay.
And then so just with him and then with my family loves fighting. So they're just like, oh my God, Darius, you're about to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Like, so they're excited and pumped. My little brother, I love that he's liking that what I'm doing, and it's just a great little thing that I'm doing, and it inspires him to, I've been talking about that forever. So everything that he's been talking about for like guitars and stuff, now he's going and doing it.
Yeah.
And with friends, I'm never like a social person. I'm always working like 2 jobs type thing. So it's like I'm just working, eating, sleeping, taking care of the family. We're here trying to grind.
Right. Yeah.
And so friends on Facebook, I see your green light, but I ain't gonna hit you.
Yeah.
So, it makes me more, hey, you know what? Hey, what's up? I got something to share with you. I got something to this.
Yeah. Check out what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I get responses back, and it's just cool to just pick up where we left off. Me and my best friend, oh my God, Alan, love you, brother. The moment I even started this, we started texting almost like every other day now, because we only text like once a year, something like that. Just like, hey, happy birthday, or hey, you still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. I be changing my phone all the time. He knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you still alive, man?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said when we started the podcast, man, when you're around it, your passion for fighting comes through. And like a lot of people wouldn't think like seeing like such a happy guy, like just smiling all the time. Like where does the passion for fighting come from? Like that fire that you have, cuz like you said, like you'll be smiling but also ready just to knock somebody the fuck out.
Yeah.
So where does that fire come from?
Well, I try to explain how, like, trying to make it sound really positive. It's just like, I feel like I deserve it. Like, I just want that. Like, I just need that in my life. I need a struggle. I always like to choose the hard way for some reason.
Okay.
And so with fighting, it's just like the harder way of hanging out with somebody.
Yeah.
You know, so I just like to just do that.
It's the hardest way to hang out with somebody.
You know? And I just love it because I just feel like, one, I deserve it. To win, lose, draw, I need to get in there. I need to get hit.
Yeah.
I need to experience some adversity, maybe wince, cry, you know?
Almost like let you know you're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, bleed a little bit. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just love it just because the person across from me, we seem to have the same understanding. The moment I do come across somebody that wants to make it personal, I'll make it personal. And we can really go at it. And then hopefully at the end, I know at the end, you're going to like me at the end. You're going to have to like me. You're going to have to like me at the end. You ever seen those guys that choke them out and they be like,
yeah.
You don't like me, bro.
After the fight. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Make you love me, faggot.
Yeah, check out the Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson interview. Is that the interview? Yeah, they're asking. He flips out, dude. Mike Tyson. Some of Mike Tyson's crazy interviews are some of my favorite. To like, where was it, Lennox? Where you could see like something. They're interviewing him in the ring about Lennox Lewis, and you could see like something just snaps in his mind. He's like, yeah, Lennox, I'm coming for you, Lennox. He just starts losing. I'm like, this dude lost his mind. This is so fucking funny, man.
It's like, oh, you said the right words.
Oh, Mike Tyson was wild, man. Yeah. And now he's like the complete opposite. You know, he's like just the most chill, the most chill guy ever. That kind of reminds me, before, actually, we were just watching the Khalil Roundtree and Jamal Hill fight here a little while ago. And earlier in the week, I was watching something about Khalil Roundtree where they were talking about the design for his shorts and all that. And he was saying that he's kind of like one of these guys that is like super nice, super chill, but he has like this reputation in the gym. Like he has that like he's down to like scrap. He's down to fight. He will knock you the fuck out. But he's just like super nice. And you know, and as soon as they started talking, I was like, oh, that kind of sounds like Humble Beast. No, and I'm doing the interview with you this weekend. I was like, that sounds exactly like Humble Beast, like when you're around him. Because I'm sitting there last event at Street Beefs and I'm judging the fights, and you were standing next to me and you were just like, you were fighting. Oh, no, wait, you didn't fight at the last one.
Not the last one.
Not at the last one. But you fought at these events and you're just like, you couldn't be more excited. Like you want to jump in there with these guys.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Inspire them. Keep going, go.
Yeah.
He's getting weak, get him.
Yeah. So what are some of your like favorite all-time UFC fighters?
My favorite all-time is Nick Diaz. All day.
Nick Diaz.
Nick Diaz. He's an older brother of Nate Diaz. So I'm an older brother, of course. Yeah. And then I just loved the way he fought. And then the fact he did like marathons and triathlons and stuff. Dude. I don't even know if I could do that, but once I tell myself I'm doing that, Jesus, that's gonna be a scary
10
me
miles,
right there.
You already did 10 miles little by little, man. You add a couple miles to that and just keep adding a couple more.
Tell me I already jumped in the pool.
Yep.
I already did.
Now you just need a bike.
Now I just need a bike.
Yep.
So that's my dude right there. I love the way he fought.
The Diaz brothers.
Not much of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style of it, which I need to learn, but it's just more of like his fight with Robbie.
Yeah. Okay.
That shit was nice.
Yeah.
That build up. That shit was nice.
Yeah.
Didn't really remember, but as far as like looking back on it,
right.
That's my dude. I love Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje, I love the way he fights.
Yeah.
I love
just bite down on the mouthpiece and start throwing. Somebody's getting knocked out.
Especially in the earlier days, like him and Dustin and
Dustin Poirier
and shit like that. Oh my god, dude. That was true Gaethje right there.
Yeah,
He's like, I don't give a fuck, man. He's like, let's go.
Yeah, he was always exciting to watch.
And then what's another one? I mean, I just love him. And Cain Velasquez.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Dude.
Yeah, I remember you wrestled at ASU at one of their programs or something like that. You went to go check it out.
Program.
Yeah,
at the ASU Sun Kiss.
Okay, is that what it was? Okay, dude, how was that?
It was dope. Their coach was super cool. He taught me some. It was a old man technique. You know, like in basketball, the old man technique is like to pull the shirt a little bit.
Okay.
So in wrestling, there's old man techniques too, and it's like a slow,
like a collar tie.
Yeah,
a slow collar tie.
Yeah. So it's like you'll see it coming, and your brain is like,
That's
I don't know what
like
that's
it's not
doing.
gonna do anything.
It ain't gonna do nothing. And then it goes snaps you. And it's like, oh, what the fuck?
Now you got to call it. Really? Just do it nice and easy.
I'm gonna blast out Scarface quick. He does that too.
Really?
I noticed that Scarface does that. He's got I don't want to call it old man technique, but it's the old school technique.
We just kind of hook around a little bit.
Stare at you. What? Bam! And it's like, you thought my arm was over here, and I took it off a screen and brought it right back into you.
Okay.
And I'm like, that would catch me. I would look at it and be like, they ain't go.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. You know, how has your wrestling helped in your fighting? Like your wrestling training in junior high and high school, how has that helped with just competing in general?
Yes, control. When it comes to control, wrestling is great with controlling your opponent. So when I incorporated it with boxing, I just thought of the mat as the wall.
Okay.
So his back is going to be up against the wall.
Okay. Get him up against the wall.
Yeah. Get him up. I don't want him to be comfortable at all. And if I can, let me get him in the corner.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So where it's almost like wrestling, because I'm going to keep you in one spot. None of that running around.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
And
that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, for sure.
And it's great for viewing too, because if you see me just keep putting you up against the corner, stiff arming type of thing. You know, I'm not trying to shove, but I'll do like a stiff arm.
Yeah.
And get you in the place. It makes me look good.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, man. So UFC fighters, anybody current, any current heavyweights, anybody that inspires you?
I love Izzy. Izzy right now. After he sadly after he lost his last fight.
Yeah.
Which I knew he was gonna win that fight. It was just a freak accident, dude. Honestly. It was a freak accident.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And after him and his humbleness and all that stuff, I was like, dude, this is just a real dude. Like, yeah. But like I'm sad to say I don't think he's in his prime now, but when he was in his prime, goddamn, he's a fucking beast.
Dude, it's crazy because people love to hate dudes. And I mean, I think at a certain point, maybe Izzy, like after he became champion, maybe like you kind of start feeling yourself a little bit. But, you know, like you said, after he lost and, you know, he's just a regular dude, you know, but man, some people just love hating on other people for some reason. I'm just like, dude, like let him do his thing and enjoy himself. He's a fighter, like whatever, man.
Ever since they said, if they're hating you, you're doing something right. I'm like, all right, I guess hey, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, there's some guys like Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway. Like, I don't know if you can find people that hate these guys.
True.
You know, because they're just too nice. GSP is like another one. You might find a couple, but yeah, like Max Holloway, he's one. Everybody loves those guys. And
then Khalil too. Remember his build up with Alex Pereira.
Yeah,
and how they had to really. Hey, you want to know about Khalil?
Yeah.
Dude, I fell in love with him. I'm like, dude, he's cool as fuck.
Yeah, that's tough, man. When you're like rooting for one guy, and then you're watching the shows and they're doing the build up, and you're like, oh shit, I really like that other guy too. You know, he seems like a real nice guy, and it's like, damn. I don't know who I'm gonna go for.
Oh, I flipped. I was like, get him, Khalil, get him. He was doing so good until it wasn't. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, and then
Pereira got warmed up.
Yeah,
he got warmed up. That's what happened,
dude. It is crazy to watch. Like when, I mean, it happens in a lot of fights where it's just the first couple rounds you can see that they're figuring each other out, or they're just feeling each other out, and it's just back and forth. You know, the guy's holding back on punches and not throwing everything. And then all of a sudden something happens where it's like, okay, I know I figured this dude out, and it is just a fucking one way.
Oh,
and and eventually that's just kind of what happened, I think, with Pereira. He figures you out, and Izzy's another one like that. It's gonna be a long. Another one that reminds me of that is Cheeto Vera and O'Malley.
That one was a great one.
Fucking hell,
that knee up the bam,
dude. His head just freaking popped back. It was insane. It was insane. That was just a straight beatdown for, I don't know, I think it went to a decision.
It definitely
wasn't. It was like 25-minute beatdown.
I'm pretty sure it was. I
don't think he knocked him out, but it was insane. I couldn't believe that.
There's another one that almost was a decision. Remember the one with that hair? I can't say his name, but it was the Sean O'Malley. It was Sean O'Malley versus a step-in. It was a replacement.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the crazy hair, the green hair dude. Moutinho.
Dude,
yeah.
See, he is dope. I like him and I like Sean because that fight was baller.
Dude, that was crazy.
I loved his style. It's like, hey, I guess he doesn't hit that hard at that time because he's like, fuck it, keep going, keep going. Every time the ref wanted to stop it, it kept giving him a reason to keep going.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dude, what are some of your favorite fights of all time?
Let's see. There's some great ones, man. I want to say that. Oh, there's that one with Wei Lee and
No way.
that one girl with that Jovo Hokis. The
Jacek.
yeah, that.
Bro, there's no way. I was just gonna say that one.
No way.
I was like, but there's like so many. But that the one where she had that giant fucking knot on her head.
She deserved. Oh my God, they went both at it. That's the only reason why she lost. It was just the figurement. That was it.
I gotta go back and watch that one.
Oh my God.
I gotta go back because I remember the feeling watching that fight, watching these two girls fucking scrap. Dude, it was insane.
I watched it more than once. I think I watched it like 4 times.
Yeah.
Incomplete. Just like,
I mean, the whole
wow.
time it was just like, oh shit. And it was like, I think it was one of those fights where like you start out and Wei Lee's like super nice. The other one, Joanna's also super nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't really like pulling for anybody. It was just an insane freaking scrap.
Freaking championship
Yeah.
fight right there.
What about knockouts? What are some of your favorite knockouts ever?
Sure. That's a good one. As far as knockouts, that's a good one. I'm guessing the Robbie Lawler one, where he just snapped him. He went face first. You
remember who he was fighting? Robbie Lawler?
Nick Diaz.
Nick Diaz?
Yeah, Nick Diaz laid him out. It was I don't even know how he got knocked out of it.
Okay.
It must have been a flash.
Yeah.
But there's that one. I'm trying to really remember something. Shoot.
For me, the first ones that pop up right now, I mean, you can keep thinking of some, is the Masvidal, the knee to the face.
Oh, yeah. That one's an iconic one.
That one, and also him getting knocked out by Kamaru Usman.
Oh, that sweat everywhere.
Bro. And he just
flew.
like, his head just completely spins around. Like he throws a punch, his head spins around, sweat flying everywhere.
It went.
Bro, after him having that crazy ass knockout with the knee and then him getting knocked out like that, I was like, bro, what the fuck? That was crazy.
You just now reminded me when you said crazy knockout was the Izzy and Alex one where he was up against the fence.
Oh,
and he got that knockout.
when Izzy got Alex?
Oh, with that combo?
Yeah.
Even on the way
when
down?
he played possum and he like leans back and then he comes back. Yeah.
Because I was that audience member that said, oh no, this is the same thing that happened. Oh shit.
Yeah.
It flipped the whole script.
Shout out to my buddy Roshan out in Connecticut at Gonzalez Grappling. He just fought this past weekend. It wasn't like that, but it was one of those where he threw an overhand right and hit the guy, wobbled him, threw another overhand right, and just fucking flatlined him. Yeah. Shout out to Roshan out in Gonzalez Grappling. Yeah, we'll definitely have to. Actually, we're gonna talk to some of the guys from Gonzalez Grappling on one of these episodes too. So yeah, for sure.
Nice.
But yeah, dude.
Good finish.
That Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway. That one was sad to watch. That one was sad to watch, but that one was a fucking crazy one, dude. I couldn't believe, and it was hard to watch like Justin get knocked out like that. But it was nuts. Because, I mean, you also love Max Holloway. But, yeah, that was a good one.
The Khabib and Conor one was crazy.
Yeah.
I thought Conor was going to win that one.
Did you?
I thought there's no reason. Like, all the buildup, all the pressure, this is where he shines. Like, this is it. And he was doing great.
Yeah.
He was doing great.
So, what fights are you looking forward to in the UFC?
Let's see. The ones I'm looking forward to is this one that's Ilya Topuria.
Okay. And Charles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
to that one. Because that one's going to be a good one. Because Charles, he can get it done.
Yeah.
He can get it done. But this other guy, I don't really know much about. But he seems like a great boxer.
Yeah. And he's a really good grappler, but Charles has the most submissions in the UFC. So
tall as fuck too.
Yeah, he's dangerous off his back. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That dude, if he hits you, it might be trouble. But the one thing that I did see, it kind of like comparatively, I saw Charles standing next to somebody else that had stood next to Topuria, and Charles just looks so much bigger. I think when they stand next to each other, I think Charles is going to be quite a bit bigger than this dude. Oh yeah. So I don't know, man. If Charles is that much bigger, he might have a tough night. But I don't know, man. Like this Topuria guy, he's like, everybody talks about it, and the fights that I've seen with him. Have you watched any of his fights?
With him and Volk?
Yeah,
that was a game changer for me.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh,
dude, him and Max too.
I remember that one too. That was a good. He was just out. I think that was the muscle there.
Yeah,
when it came to that,
he was just too much. Yeah, that was one like
too much.
You see Max just like getting hit a few times. Like you know, like when you start fighting, at a certain point, the guy's like, this is not gonna end well for me. And you could kind of see it in Max, I think, and it was rough watching him get beat like that. But yeah.
Low key, I want to feel that. I want to know what that feels like. Cause I know, one of my dreams is probably do that with Sean Strickland.
Okay,
I know that Sean Strickland can do that to me.
So go like show up to the gym, dude.
Yeah,
if you could do it with anybody, he might be the guy that, like, if you show up to his gym, he'd be like, I've seen it in videos. Like he's like, oh yeah, sign the waiver.
Mm-hmm. You know where I'm at, Couture.
But he's at
Couture.
I mean, you could do it.
And I know it's gonna end bad, but I would just love to see if I can earn his respect. Let me see if I can make him try. I want to make him try.
Yeah. I mean,
you're not bleeding yet.
Yeah. I mean, you would be bigger than him, but at that level, it doesn't matter.
I'm hoping to get a little bit better before I can go up to you. Fuck me up.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos of him and some of the other people? Like, there's one with the Navy SEAL where he just freaking whoops that dude.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, that one. He did like this other dude, Sneeko, this like real lanky influencer guy.
Those ones I don't really like. Those ones I kind of like. My hate comes out, and then I'm like, hey, relax.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you picking on the kids? I'm like, they deserve it.
So if you could get in the cage with a UFC fighter, who would it be? And anybody
UFC
ever.
Fighter,
any UFC fighter ever. Let's say that you could, at any point in your life where maybe, I'm guessing you were probably lighter. You were bigger in high school too, right?
Oh yeah, heavyweight all day.
Heavyweight all the time. Okay.
Heavyweight all the time.
So, I mean, you're dropping down to light heavyweight. I mean, maybe even, I don't know what's maybe middleweight. So, yeah, if you could fight anybody at any weight in the UFC all time, who would it be?
I would say Nick Diaz, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, Nick Diaz. Cool. He would teach me a lot.
Yeah.
I think he would big brother me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He would probably even let me win a couple.
What about training? Who would you like to train with? Would it be the Diaz brothers, or to pick up like some skills?
Yeah, let's see whose skills I would like to pick up. I mean,
okay, let's do striking.
Striking?
Whose striking skills would you like if you could have?
I would say Justin Gaethje.
If you could have a session with somebody just striking,
I would have Kamaru and Justin Gaethje go with me. We'll just do the dirty boxing.
Okay.
Dirty box, stomping feet and dirty boxing.
You could do that whole Trevor Whitman. You could just train with those guys for a day.
Oh man,
yeah, Justin Gaethje, Kamaru Usman, and those guys. What about grappling training?
With the grappling training, see, I'm scared to even say like the Khabib camp. I'm scared, man. They ain't trying to throw me out there.
Send it 2 years to Dagestan and forget.
For real. I was like, oh hell no. I'm horrible in the cold, so I would die.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that meme with the kid? He's like, something's wrong with, like, I can't remember what the kid's doing. He's doing something that, like, as far as boys, might be a little suspect or whatever. And it's got like a meme of Islam, and it's like, send them to 2 years to Dagestan and forget. We'll fix all that. We'll fix it real quick.
Which I think is a hard quote,
bro.
We'll fix all that,
bro.
Throw them over there.
But you go to Dagestan for 2 years. Yeah, I was just watching something about Sambo earlier today, and dude, have you seen the Sambo training, like combat Sambo?
Not really, no.
Bro, it's like jujitsu with a gi top, but they're wearing shorts, but they're also throwing punches. They're throwing punches, they're grabbing, they're throwing, and then once I think it gets to the ground, then it's like ground fighting, submissions and stuff. But standing up, you can throw punches, and you might be able to like ground and pound a little bit too, but you're trying to get submissions.
I heard about the headbutts.
Yeah.
I thought that was savage.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Right here.
Yep.
Flying that shit right down.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty crazy. I think I might have saw that today in one of those videos. That combat sample is crazy. Yeah. I mean, you can start, you get on YouTube and you go down some crazy fighting rabbit holes. Like people actually fighting in phone booths, people doing jujitsu in cars.
Yeah, those are crazy.
That? Yeah.
There's the newest one I saw was in a coffin.
In a coffin?
Yeah, coffin Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
What the
Yes, you're in a coffin, you're doing that. I'm like, oh, that's so dope.
Dude, that is crazy. That is crazy. So, so do you see yourself like fighting in any other promotions or doing like branching out, doing anything else, or if the opportunity comes around?
Not really, not at all. Just because I have so much love for Street Beefs.
Okay.
You know, I'm not really trying to go UFC level. Yeah. You know, I'm 29, going on 30. I ain't gonna do that. And I'm too lazy, to be honest.
Yeah.
To do that. And just to be honest.
Right.
I won't waste the professional coach's time.
Yeah.
It's like,
but this is like a hobby, something to have fun with, something to improve at.
Yes, definitely improve that. And it's also helped me with my weight and stuff. And it's something I've been wanting to do. And so if I can just do that and then help others too.
Right.
Because I love me some street beefs.
Yeah. No, for sure. You know, it's crazy because so many times it's like you got to be, it's almost like, well, if you're fighting, then what's the next thing? Well, you try to get to the UFC or whatever. And it's like, well, no, you know, you do your thing and it's something for you to improve at, to work at. Like you said, I mean, it's help you. You've already lost, I don't know how much weight doing this stuff.
Over 50.
You know, right? And it's motivation to start training boxing, to start, you know, training more grappling and everything. And then, you know, something to work towards and with these belts and the championships and all that.
And it's built a cool friend base.
Yeah.
With all the cool people. So I'm like, I'd rather hang out with y'all.
Yeah. So how was that before you started? Before you started with Street Beefs, and now that you've been at some of the Street Beefs events and you fought in some of these events, how has that like circle changed for you?
It's nice. Every person I fought, I'm friends with.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like we're friends on the next day. We want to talk. We want to try it again.
Yeah.
You know, we want to practice. And they're just cool people. I honestly have just always been busy. And now I literally swapped one thing for this to make it happen. And then starting to slowly dwindle back on overworking and shit like that.
Yeah.
And thanks to my baby. My baby picking up all that work. She's working hard. I'm like, go ahead, baby. I love you so much.
You got to work together.
We working together now.
Yeah,
it takes both of us.
Yeah. So what would you say to somebody that, I mean, because there's so many people that watch Street Beefs. I mean, before I got involved with Street Beefs like you, I was watching different Street Beef stuff for years until finally I came across a video and I'm like, dude, that looks like it could be in my backyard. And then all of a sudden I find another video where this guy's doing the documentary, Tommy G.
Yeah.
He's doing the documentary and I'm like, oh shit, they're in Mesa. You know, and then I run into Wedo and we end up meeting up. But like a lot of times starting out, people are just watching this stuff. And it looks crazy on TV or on YouTube or whatever. But then there's some people that are like, dude, I wish I could do that. Or like for them, it's just different. Like I want to try it. What would you say to somebody that has been thinking about getting to a Street Beefs event and maybe getting into a fight?
Yeah, like, if you're anything like me, man, once you're ready, go and do it. And don't give yourself another excuse. If you got to make up an excuse to force yourself, do it because you're going to regret it. If you're anything like me, oh my God, I was pissed off for years because I missed out on that.
Really?
Oh,
the first one that you turned around from?
Pissed off for years.
How long was it between when you turned around and you actually went to your first event that you fought in?
So I know that John Jones and Dominic Reyes fought for the championship belt, and I was at a bar with my girl. We were watching that, and I got the text. It was like, that day, that's where we're going. I'm like, good. Okay, so on that day, maybe like a month after, a couple weeks after, that's where we're going. So it was that year.
Okay.
It was that year.
That was in 2020.
That was in 2020.
Yeah, Jones Reyes 2020.
So in 2020, that was when I wanted to finally jump into this and get it done.
Yeah.
You know? And then now it's 2024, 5. I don't even know what year it is.
So that was the last event, not this last one. The one before that was your first one that you fought at.
Yes.
Okay.
So this year is my finally starting. So 5 years after, I was pissed.
Wow.
5 years of being pissed. Hey, and I used it for good reasons. Hey, I was putting 2 jobs, stay up all night.
Mean, it is what it is, but it was something that you had to think about for the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah. And oh my God, the self-hate. Oh,
really?
Talk about wanting to be hit in the face even more.
Wow. Okay.
It's like, oh, dude, Darius, are you fucking serious?
So what is it that this does for you? You know, so like before, what has changed? Like, what does this do for you?
Oh, dude, I'm more happier. I'm
really?
Way more happier having the avenue of Street Beefs and knowing that there's a date where I can go and get hit and hit somebody, because there's just a lot of me being happy and me being like smiling and stuff. It's just a lot of working through it. And you know, when we do it, and I do it a lot better than others now because I just worked on it for so long. Yeah. You know, you got to look at the bright side. You got to see you got to have a goal, a positive goal to get to.
Yeah, for
sure. You know, dying is easy. Living is hard. So you gotta live, brother. Go and get it done.
Yeah.
That's why I love
it. You got to say live, brother, with
live, brother. That's right.
With the Hulk Hogan mustache.
That's right, Hulk Hogan.
You got to live, brother.
Gotta.
Dude, that's awesome. No, for sure. I mean, I think that's one of the things that when you start doing something like fighting, like training, and you start, like, it's something that's so hard to get good at. but it's so fulfilling when you do get good at it. And then you try something new and you do the same thing, because there's no shortcuts to this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It takes a long time to get good at fighting. I mean, for some people it comes naturally, but for the most part, a lot of things it's a grind. It's a grind day after day after day. But once you start figuring it out and you try other things, then you're like, well, shit, what else can I try? And then once you've done that enough times, it's like nothing is impossible.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, because I think even if I suck at it in the beginning, I'll just keep showing up and keep doing it until I get good at it.
Right when you said nothing is impossible, because you'll just go back to that as a baseline. Like, it wasn't as hard as boom.
Right.
You put a goal here. Well, running 10 miles is not going to be hard as boom.
Right. And I think kind of like you were saying with your wrestling training in middle school and in high school. I mean, I didn't wrestle as a kid. And this is something like I want to get my son into wrestling next year. Mm-hmm. And I've heard and jiu-jitsu's a hard sport. Scary. And like you said, it's like when you have this baseline of hard things that you've done in your life, like it's like, yeah, this is not as hard as going to training all the time. It's not as hard as wrestling as a kid. And then you have like you said, just examples of stuff that you've done throughout your life. And it's like, fuck it, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. And then you find out whether it's for you or not. And then, you keep on.
Exactly. Man, when it comes to trying, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Gotta try it. And then try again, too. Not in just one time.
Right. Yeah.
I tried management.
What is that?
Management?
Okay.
Just far as like life. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I tried. Yeah. Tried again. I'm now as a person. Right now, I'm not a management type dude. Yeah. I don't like being in charge of other people. Yeah. I get mad. It's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, yo, this is not my problem. Yeah, at the end of the day.
You know what? And that's the only way that you're going to find out whether something is for you or not. Is you try it, you give it a good shot, and then you're like, you know what? That's not for me. That is for me. I like this, but yeah. But that is one of the hardest things, is dealing with people, managing people. Like it is rough. And that something for me, like at my work, I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah. Like I'll do my thing. I'll handle my stuff. You can count on me to handle my stuff. But for me to have to manage other people and have to tell people to do stuff and them not do it, or have to force them to do stuff that I don't want to force them to. Yeah. I'm not trying to do any of that.
Too much energy.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Yeah. So how many days a week are you training right now?
So now it's 3 and then the running days.
Okay, so you're training 4 days a week?
Like 4 days a week, yeah.
Okay, so what do you have any other goals with your training? Like what does the future look like for your training?
I want a 6-pack.
6-pack.
Yeah.
Me too.
I told myself back in 2020 when was it 2020? It was when I was living in Vegas. Yeah. That I was losing so much weight. I got down to like 195. Yeah. Yeah, 200, 195, right? And like cheeks sunk in. And then I was like, bro, if there's a time to get 6-pack, it's right now. Yeah. And then that changed. But man, I made a decision. I wanted a 6-pack, and I still haven't went back on that. Yeah. I really want that.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
It looks sexy as fuck.
What do you think you would have to be at to have a 6-pack? Like, what would your weight need to be?
The BMI says 180s. Okay. So like 185.
185, you can have a 6-pack.
In which I think I could do that, but I just need to work out the ass. So I just need to lose the fat. Yeah. And then work on the abs. Because I thought if I lost the fat, the abs would be there. But that's not the case.
Bro, there's so much, like eating. More like you just got to cut all the shit out and starve yourself. Yeah. Much.
And so far, that's what I'm trying to do. I'd be cheating all the time.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, man. Like I've gotten to like where you could see the 4 abs, and then I was like, ooh, I'm getting close. But then something happens, and I go back to the ice cream, back to the cereal, back to all that.
11 o'clock comes, like, oh, fuck.
The fridge, 11 o'clock comes, the fridge opens up, then you got the glow in the background. You're like, oh, here we go
This is me at 10. We're good. This is me at 11. Domino's is still open.
Let's go. Let's do it. Order it up.
Like, fuck it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, that is my biggest nemesis is food. And dude, like I was telling you before we started the podcast, man, I've been off of it for like 4 weeks. I'm on my Patty Pimblett. I think I've gained like 15 pounds in the last like 2 or 3 weeks. But yeah, Monday is day 1, and I'll be back in the gym, getting back in the routine, training and taking the family and doing all that stuff, which I'm looking forward to. Because this time, man, this training stuff is not easy. You have to kind of stay consistent with it, because the longer you go without training, the harder it is to get back into training, Because then it's like, fuck, I'm gonna get my ass kicked and this and that.
You be learning about your body.
Right. So it's like it's a game that you have to play with yourself. You know, like you know yourself better than anybody else. Make it a game and stay consistent with it. You know.
And I feel like I have a whole new body. I don't know if that makes sense to you, because I know like a whole new body. Like as before, I'm almost at my high school weight now, but I have a whole different physique.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
for sure.
And I feel like I can get even lower.
Yeah.
Easier than it was before.
So when you start doing these things, like, do you get like these crazy ideas? Like, maybe I could do this, you know, maybe I could do that. And then you just like the 6-pack, and it's like, fuck it. Maybe I'm going to get that 6-pack, and you just start going for it.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I get influenced. I'm just like, dude, I really want that. I really want that for my lady. I want that for myself.
Yeah.
And I see the difference where you can go and go.
Who has that physique for you?
For me,
That you would like to, that when you saw your, I mean, not, you know, fucking take it easy, not like that.
Right. Like,
but
you know,
it's like, damn, this dude, he must work out. You know, like I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
I mean, I guess the first thing that pops in my mind that keeps coming back is Y'all Romero.
Dude,
it's just so proportionate.
Oh my God. Like, yeah, that dude is insane. Another one that reminds me like that is the Brazilian dude.
Who's that Brazilian dude?
Borrachina. What's his name? Paulo Costa.
Paulo Costa.
Paulo Secret Juice.
I know that. Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, that
he's
dude
actually,
is freaking ripped.
He looks really good.
Yeah.
As a ripped dude. He's really good.
Yeah.
That's something that I wanted, just because I know I could possibly do that. I know it comes down to genetics.
Yeah, Paulo Costa, I think he's probably closer to your weight. Like, I mean, ripped with a 6-pack and everything. I think he's like 185. He's one of the 185 guys. Yeah.
Because that's what I'm thinking. It's like we can just shred that shit down.
Yeah.
I want to see how far, how low I can go healthily.
Yeah. So you're gonna be fighting again in the event in Vegas.
Yeah,
in August.
That'll be the most recent one. Yep, the most upcoming one.
And I'm guessing you haven't been matched up yet. You just have your name in the hat, and then they'll match you up.
Yes, today they just put the group chat out, and they have 50 fights.
Damn.
Potential 50 fights. So yeah, they're gonna let us know.
That's a lot of fights. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, and I already know 1 or 2 gonna drop off. And me, of course, I wanted to do 1 or 2, so I will fill in some gaps.
Yeah,
God willing.
Dude, make sure you guys go check out Humble Beast fights, because the last event that we went to, you had 2 fights, or was it? No, not the last one. The one before that. Your first event. Yeah, you fought Young and Lavish. You fought Dinks, and then the last one, you fought Panzer. Yeah, make sure that you guys check out Humble Beast. Where else can people look you up? You said on Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram, I changed it to Humble Beast Story. You know, I'm never on Instagram, so I'm posting Humble Beast stuff. And then on Facebook is Darius Ryan, the Humble Beast.
Darius Ryan, Humble Beast. Make sure you guys go check them out. Make sure you follow us at Fight Life Pod everywhere on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. You can find some shorts. You can find all of our stuff. Make sure you follow us and check out the other podcast, Opposites Attract, which, we stopped recording for a little while, but the fighting podcast continues on, and make sure you just, look out for the rest of our stuff. Appreciate you guys listening. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate it. We'll definitely do this again. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.